Super brief train tour here on 8th Avenue in New York City. That's Moynihan Train Hall. It's the newest train hall in New York City. They put $1 billion into renovating it, and now it's big and beautiful and incredible. And across the way is Madison Square Garden. That's the cylindrical building right here, and underneath it you can see Pennsylvania Station. That's Penn Station, where they have hundreds of trains running in and out of the station every day, coming in from New Jersey and New York. And this is a taxi line, so if you want to get a taxi you have to go up to the front of this line. You can see all these taxis are just waiting, and I think there's rules and regulations about it. You couldn't just run over and jump in this one because that guy's in line, so you have to go all the way up to the front of the line here. And at the front of the line, I think there's some guy organizing it, and he'll say, okay, jump in that front cab, or they just all know the rules and they just simply fall in line and that's it. But this is just a peek at what a New York City cab line looks like in front of this Moynihan Hall. And this Moynihan Hall, this used to all be a massive post office, and it wasn't used as a train station for the longest time. Years and years ago it was, and then it ceased to be used as a train station for whatever reason. I don't know why. So Penn Station over here was the primary train station used here, but now it's two train stations in one, as they put the $1 billion into refurbishing that building, and thus creating more train capability for all the people coming in and out of New York City via Long Island Railroad, as well as Amtrak. And so here's the front of the taxi station place, and it says this taxi stand is brought to you by the 34th Street Partnership. And so I believe that if you wanted to jump in, can you just tell me like what you do if you wanted to get a cab? Would they come to you, or who would they come to?
Well, they come to me if there's no taxis around. Right now, just get in.
You can just jump in.
Right.
But you have to jump in the one at the front of the line, is that right?
Right. Please let the people know that.
So what happens if I said, Oscar, that I just want to jump in the one 3 cars back? What would happen?
You get stuck. How you gonna get out?
Okay. So naturally, because there are more cars ahead, you can't go in it. And then when is it when people need assistance? Is there ever a time, or just the cabbies know how it works and it just flows?
Yeah, until like later on in the afternoon, it's too busy, no taxi.
Yeah. And what's your role, can I ask? I see this colorful thing here, taxi dispatcher. Just tell me what that means.
I just make sure people get the cabs. Make sure they get a cab, because the most of the time it's not cabs. It's only lined up like this in the morning.
And how do you ensure they get it?
Most of the time I gotta get in the street to stop the cabs, because in the afternoon there's no taxis like this.
I see.
Only in the morning and late at night.
Okay, so in the middle of the afternoon there'll be no taxis here whatsoever, is that right?
No, not most of the time. There'll be a line of people waiting for taxis all the way down there.
A line right there behind those signs.
Right.
And so then you'd have to run out of the street and wave a taxi down for them?
Yeah, that's the fun part.
And that's the dispatching, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Wow, interesting. Just get your name?
Harris.
Harris. Thanks for sharing that.
You got it, Botsman. I'm not very busy right now.
Well, I'm glad you were able to talk. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem, my friend.
So that was very cool. He just shared a little bit of knowledge of how taxis work.